Welcome back. Some 200 transport workers at Swire Beverages have gone on strike in the company's Sha Tin plant. The workers are unhappy the company is outsourcing part of the work, but the management has denied there's such a policy. The Labor Department is mediating in the dispute. The workers say unless an agreement is reached, they will stay put at the plant. More from Jenny Lam.
Hours of discussion between transport workers and management at Swire Beverages Limited in Sha Tin failed to end the strike this afternoon. The men say it all started when Swire redeployed delivery work to Sha Tin from one part of the company to the next. Chen Hing-long, spokesman for the Swire Beverages Hong Kong Employees General Union, says they rely on commission from customers. By taking away some of their big customers, the company will effectively make them work harder for less money. Most of the 200 or so people who went on strike are delivery workers, drivers and some salespeople. They say there was no progress during today's talks between staff and management because of a mutual lack of trust. They want Swire to recognise the union's right to bargain in the first place. Swire says they are just redeploying their work and not outsourcing it. Company spokeswoman Chen Yunfan says some of their customers said there is no need for a delivery man to accompany every truck, so it means some workers will be asked to work on other routes. But she promised the company will not cut their working hours. The company admitted, though, that they considered outsourcing its deliveries to the airport last year, but they gave up the idea when they couldn't reach an agreement with the workers. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
Customs officers have seized more than $11 million worth of ivory tusks. They were hidden in cargo shipments arriving from the Ivory Coast. Stephanie Choi reports.
Weighing almost 800 kilograms, the ivory tusks were split into 3 containers.
Each container, they use a different consignee. A different name. Preliminary investigation, we find that the consignee, they use the bogus trading companies.
Customs officers suspect that the smugglers belonged to an international syndicate. The shipments were declared to contain soybeans. Customs officers got suspicious after finding soybean in the shipment because it isn't usually imported from Africa. And sure enough, they found close to 200 ivory tusks covered by bags of soybean. This is the 4th such bust this year. And the latest operation was the result of cooperation between the Hong Kong government and international intelligence agencies.
We checked our cargo according to the risk indicators. And secondly, we use X-ray machines, the high technology, the mobile X-ray vehicle, which can scan a 40-foot container in less than 2 minutes.
But it is more than just a crackdown on crime. Officials say the confiscated ivory can be used to promote the importance of the protection of endangered species. Anyone found guilty of trading in endangered species for commercial purposes faces a maximum fine of $5 million and a 2-year jail term. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
TVB said today a no Cantonese policy governing its performers does not exist. In a statement, TVB said there is no policy now and there will not be one in the future that forbids its artists or singers to speak Cantonese while appearing on programs of other TV stations. TVB said its performers are always free to use the language of their choice when they appear on other stations. Last month, the Communications Authority ruled that those language restrictions on TVB artists and singers were anti-competitive. Chris, what do you have for us in sports today?
Well, we've got some Champions League stuff. It's midweek, it's football season, and not a good night for the 2 Manchester teams in the Champions League. Manchester City lost 3-1 at home to reigning champs Bayern Munich. Man U drew 1-1 against Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine. And Real Madrid routed Copenhagen 4-0 despite missing an injured Gareth Bale.
We are not worried, but he was not able to play today because he has a little problem. He had a scan another time, but the scan didn't show nothing special. He has just to recover his condition.
A bit of disappointment that we didn't see the game out, but Shakhtar had a lot of pressure, a lot of the ball in the second half. I didn't think they really worried us, but you know, in the end, you know, unfortunately we gave away a goal.
I think that we play today really bad. It's not the team we see in every Sunday here in the Premier League, and that was I think our worst thing.
The Tampa Bay Rays are baseball's road warriors. The Rays shut out the Indians in Cleveland in the American League wildcard game. Alan Booknia has the action.
Timely hitting.
Turns that one around, a big fly to left, and she is way gone.
Delman Young opened the scoring for the Rays with a solo home run in the third inning. The visitors extended their lead in the fourth. Desmond Jennings drove in 2 runs with a double. Good defense. Bases loaded for Cleveland in the bottom of the fourth, and the Rays turned a double play to end the threat. Solid pitching. Rookie starter Alex Cobb blanked the Indians over 6 2/3 innings. And an outstanding bullpen. They did all this away from Florida. The Rays have now taken another must-win game while playing in 3 different cities in the past 4 days. 4-0 the final score. The Rays next battle the Boston Red Sox in the American League Division Series.
I'm so proud of our guys. I mean, you had to be in the dugout to see they were fine. Our guys were fine from the very first pitch. There was nothing going on except focus and let's go, and a lot of life, man. It was outstanding to watch.
We knew what we were getting into today, and they outplayed us. And they, you know, congratulate Joe and the Rays. They outplayed us.
Alan Booknia, TVB News.
Best-selling U.S. author Tom Clancy, whose military thrillers such as The Hunt for Red October and Patriot Games inspired movies and video games, has died at the age of 66. Penguin Group USA announced that he had died Tuesday in Baltimore. There was no mention of his cause of death. NBC News takes a look back.
Sail into history.
From Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin to James Earl Jones, Harrison Ford, and Ben Affleck, there are lead actors whose short list of career highlights would include roles in the movie versions of Tom Clancy novels.
Are you Ryan? Yes, sir.
But Clancy's pulsating yarns were always the real star, along with his uncanny knowledge of military hardware and spy game tactics that seemed to predict future events.
I write books. I tell stories. I try to keep them current.
Current or prescient? Before the phrase smart bomb was in common use, Clancy used one in clear and present danger to take out a meeting of drug cartel leaders.
Where are you taking me, Marty?
And in Patriot Games, his Jack Ryan hero took us to the CIA's inner sanctum, where satellite tracking in real time showed an anti-terrorist attack as it unfolded. Military professionals among his many fans often wondered, was Clancy writing from classified information?
It seemed as if Clancy was writing from inside the military. He was very smart, extremely well-read, and of course he was a great plot twister.
Clancy wrote over 24 bestsellers. Several turned into action-packed movies that helped secure his reputation with fans worldwide. He told today's Matt Lauer he didn't worry about occasional bad reviews.
If critics knew how to write books, they'd be writing them and not criticizing them.
And was unapologetic about his conservative political views.
You know, people vote for my books with their money.
They still will. His latest novel, Command Authority, due out in December. Tom Clancy, dead at 66, survived by his wife and 5 children. And, as any author would want, his blockbuster stories, too. Mike Taibbi, NBC News, Los Angeles.
And that's our news. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Good evening. It was fine and dry today. At 5 p.m., a dry northeast monsoon brought generally fine weather to the South China coast. And today's temperatures range from 24.6 to 30.1 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 51 to 86%. The current temperature is now standing at 26.6 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity at 72%. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? Mainly fine and dry again tomorrow. Temperatures will range from 24 to 30 degrees. It will remain fine and dry with slightly cooler mornings in the following few days. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 45 to 135, and the air pollution level will range from medium to very high. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 9. And now to the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, showers in Taipei, cloudy in Xiamen. Sunny in Guangzhou and Macau, showers in Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing and Seoul, cloudy in Tokyo. Thunderstorms in Bangkok, rain in Ho Chi Minh City and Manila. Showers in Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta, thunderstorms in Singapore. Bright in New Delhi, sunny in Karachi, rain in Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo, bright in Nairobi. Sunny in Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne, bright in Auckland. Bright in Toronto, cloudy in New York. Cloudy in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco, bright in Los Angeles. Cloudy in London, showers in Paris, Amsterdam, Frankfurt, and Zurich. And that's weather. Have a lovely evening.